Welcome to Lawyer Boss Life.
Welcome to Lawyer Boss Life, the podcast where law firm owners learn to build profitable businesses and lead lives they love. I'm Alay, law firm growth expert and founder of Law Firm Success Group. I've helped hundreds of attorneys scale their law firms, gain freedom, and take back their time. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, which is creating a partner track program for your law firm. And this is something that we're hearing about more and more. And I've been working with firms to create their partner tracks for, probably at least 10 years or so. So, what is a partner track program? If you're not familiar with it, a partner track program is a pathway, it's a documented pathway that allows associates and other attorneys to become partners in your firm. Why is that important? Well, even if you own a small firm and you're a solo, you might not always be a solo. If you're a single owner law firm, at some point you may want to bring in another attorney. And if you're a two-partner law firm, at some point you want to might add a third or a fourth partner. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One reason is there are attorneys who really want to become a partner. They see it primarily, and just being totally honest, they see it primarily as the ticket to earning a lot of money. They don't understand, they have no idea about all the challenges that you deal with as a law firm owner. But they're thinking, oh my gosh, if I can just make partner, I'll make $1 million and I'll be set for life. Like it'll be great. So that's what they are looking for when they're looking for a law firm to join. And as a small law firm, one of the benefits you can provide that larger firms can't is you can actually have a more meaningful partnership for your attorneys. So that's one reason, is to attract promising associates who are ambitious, who want to earn, who want to really have an impact. These are the people that are going to want the partner track program, and these are the people that you want in your firm. The other reason for that, and it's related, is succession. So you are owning your firm now, but I guarantee you that at some point in the future, you will no longer be owning your firm. What might happen? You might retire and the firm shuts its doors. The firm that you own gets acquired by a larger law firm. Or, how's this? You actually bring on board attorneys. They join your firm, they become partners, and then you transition the firm to them. And then you can enjoy a happy and lucrative retirement. A partner track program is critical for that. Um, and if you are looking at your firm as it revolves all around you and you don't have any help, my gosh, putting in a partner track program can really help by adding other partners to take some of that pressure off of you. Maybe right now you're bringing in all the business and you're the practicing attorney. Well, if you have another partner to do some of that work, the work that you don't want to do, it lightens the load on you. And that's another reason to potentially think about doing a partner track program. So there's a lot that goes into this. We don't have time to get into all of the nitty-gritty details, but kind of where it starts. And this part we're actually not covering today, but I want to mention it. Where it starts is it starts with the partnership agreement that you have in place. So if you don't have a partnership agreement, or if it's been forever since you've done one, even if it's been updated recently, if you're putting in a partner track program, odds are your partnership agreement is going to need some significant revisions. So just putting it out there, but that's typically something you would do after you've figured out the partner track program that you actually want to have. So we're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about the criteria for entry into the partner track. Like, not all attorneys just get in. You don't get in by default. You have to meet the criteria and then be in, and then you can get into the partner track program. The other is criteria for being a non-equity partner. So believe it or not, it's entirely possible to be a partner in a firm and not own any equity at all. None. I call it Pinot. I'm in California and we love our wine, but it's partner in name only. Okay. And it's a totally legitimate title. It's an established practice and it happens all the time. So we get to differentiate between equity partners, meaning they own some percentage of the firm, and non-equity partners, meaning they are partners. That's what it says on their business card. That is their job title, but they don't own any equity in your firm, at least not yet. We're going to talk about the criteria for all of those things. But before we jump into that, let's talk a little bit about culture and retention because bringing in partners is not only going to impact your culture when you bring those people in as partners, but just having a partner track program will impact your culture. So, if you really want to retain employees, you need to have a strong positive culture in your law firm, right? Your attorneys, especially your best and brightest, should love the firm. They should love working with you. And I completely mean that. Like they should be raving fans of where they work. Sounds crazy, maybe, but it's absolutely true. Now, some employees are going to require your attention every day, especially if they're baby attorneys. You're going to be their teacher, their mentor. You have to be able to invest the time in these people. Okay. And these are going to be your best employees. Now, please don't, I'm going to put the partner track stuff aside here and we're going to move into management tips here for a moment. Please don't fall into the trap that a lot of managing attorneys do, which is they spend 80% of their time on the bottom 20% of their employees. You want to flip that around. You want to spend 80% of your time with your top 20% of your employees. And these are the people who are going to be considered for your partner track. Okay. All right. Let's jump back into it. So, um, if any of you are expecting that you're going to put in a partner track program, or maybe you have one and it still wasn't bulletproof, like you still lost top performing employees, we just need to have a reality check. Life happens. And even your best employees, the ones that are the most promising, the ones that say all the right things and do all the right things, they may not stay with your firm for circumstances that are completely out of your control and sometimes also completely out of theirs. So don't let a bad experience put you off to the idea of having a partner track. I know it hurts when you have an absolute superstar and they leave. I know it hurts, but there are other superstar attorneys out there, and oftentimes the future of your firm requires that you add some partners. So that's a requirement. You got to have a strong, positive culture. It's a key way to retain employees, and the partner track really fits into that. So let's talk a little bit about entry criteria here. For someone to get into the partner track, they have to do a few things typically. Now, you can customize this to whatever you want. I'm giving you some generic guidelines. They have to really live the values of the firm. They have to be firm first. You have to look at them and say, yes, you are a part of the firm. You are a model employee of the firm. You focus on the firm first. You personify the values and our culture. You are an integral part of this firm. You're a great attorney. You have some connections in the community. You know how to handle challenging clients. You know how to handle our best clients. And I feel like you would be a great steward of these top clients and ultimately a steward of the firm, because that's what a partner is, right? And then from a practicing law perspective, as I said, they need to be a solid attorney. They have to be good at when working with clients at issue spotting in a consultation and educating clients in a business development setting. Those are really, really critical. So those are the entry criteria to get in. They personify the values of the firm. They're a solid attorney. They issue spot and educate clients in business development. They demonstrate the firm culture and the firm first attitude that you're looking for. And you can really see that they're going to take great care of your best clients and be a steward of the firm now as well as in the future. So that is just the criteria to get in, right? Now we've got to think about, okay, well, if we're going to bring in someone and they're going to be a non-equity partner, which means we're going to change their title from attorney to partner, but we're not going to give them a piece of the firm. So why would we do that? Well, we do that for a couple of reasons. One, they get to say they're a partner, and it usually comes with a pay raise. So check and check. More money, recognition, awesome. The other reason we do that is well, they may be ready, but you're not ready to give them a piece of your firm. So this is a great middle ground. It's a great trial basis. They're still going to be one of your employees. So a non-equity partner typically is someone who is in the process of building a book of business. So they've started, bringing in some clients, but They don't have a full book of business by any means. They're still very much in that growth trajectory. They're good at working independently. They take ownership of their cases. They don't require a ton of supervision. Um, they are pretty good, maybe, at understanding the practice of law. And now they're starting to understand the law practice management piece, which is the business side of owning a firm. So they're starting to understand the financials. They're starting to understand about what it means to lead a team and to provide the feedback and delegation and communication and all of these things that make a law firm owner a manager and a leader of people. They're starting to get all of that. Okay. That means they're in a position to be a non equity partner. They are on an upward trajectory and they want to be a part of your firm. Fast forward a bit, and now that person might be ready to be an equity partner, or maybe you bring in a lateral. Okay. An equity partner fulfills everything we just talked about. Everything we just talked about. Plus, they're a rainmaker. They can bring in the business. Now, the reason the rainmaker piece is so important is because somebody has to go do it in your firm. And I'm just being honest. If you have a service partner, someone who doesn't bring in business, but who has an equity share in the firm, it can cause a lot of problems. I've seen this time and time again where the firm needs partners to bring in business, and you have an equity partner who does great work, but isn't able to bring in business, and the entire firm suffers as a result of paying that salary, paying those obligations, and not getting new business coming in. So, generally speaking, you want the person to be a rainmaker as part of getting equity in your firm. They really have to know and master the practice of a law firm. So they understand the financials, they understand the ins and outs. They're a good leader. They're a good team player. They know how to develop people. They have some experience doing it. They can lead a high performance team, and they can mentor other attorneys. Lastly, they are a fantastic steward of the firm right now. Okay. They know that they're going to have to make changes in the future that are going to adapt the firm, change the firm so that its legacy and its future are protected. That's a lot. That's a lot for anybody. But the best attorneys will check all of those boxes and be great examples of people that you can bring in. So hopefully this was helpful, gave you some criteria for a non-equity partner and an equity partner. This is something we're seeing a lot of today. So again, if you're looking at expanding your partnership because you want to have a growth path for associates, you want to attract higher quality associates into your firm, or if you want to do a business succession, having a partner track program is a fantastic way to get started. If that interests you and you like this video, go and like the video, subscribe, you know what to do, and feel free to reach out. Go to lawfirmsuccessgroup.com and you can book a call with me there. Love to have a chat and see how we can help you. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.